All right, this isn't really how to do a rear wheel bearing. This is more of a, this was my experience, and I guess this is how to get a stuck wheel bearing off. So this is the old wheel bearing. That's what it should look like when you take it out, but mine came out like this. The part with the lugs came out, and then it left the rest of that stuck onto the knuckle and stuck onto the backsplash splash guard. So I had to beat it out with a hammer. I had to use a lot of PP blaster. It took hours to get this part out of the knuckle, which I had to remove the knuckle from the car. So here we go. This is what my car sounded like before I changed it. I took the wheel bearing off using a puller from like AutoZone, but only took off the front half, so leaving the back half stuck to the splash guard and to the knuckle. I started taking bolts off the knuckle, and then the plan is I'm going to take the hub bolts, put them back in the back, bolt in so that they thread through the front like normal. All of this once the knuckle is off the car, and then start hammering them so that it pushes that the rest of the bearing out. At least loosen it up is the goal. Once it's loose, I'll take the bolts out and then just keep hammering until that the rest of that hub assembly pops out. Definitely takes some work, so keep that in mind. But yeah, I mean, this came out in two pieces. It should pop out in one, but I think mine was just like really corroded and fused on there. So there's the knuckle off the car completely. That was a whole job in itself. I had to go rent a ball joint separator from AutoZone to get that popped off. Once you use that tool and remove it, though, it's pretty straightforward. And then I kind of built that little frame to hammer the hub out. You're going to want to take your wheel off, take your brake off, take your rotor off, and then pop the hub off. And hopefully for you, it comes out in one piece, not two. If it does come out in two, don't panic. Just you're going to have to do something like this. Some guys online talk about using a hydraulic press or an air hammer, or a blowtorch to get it really hot. I did try like a torch. I had a blowtorch in the garage. That didn't really seem to do anything. What I really needed was to get this out and just hammer it out the back. I used a lot of PB blaster. Yeah, and just hours of work to get this thing out. I see why shops charge what they do, because this is not an easy task. But yeah, I'm gonna get it out like this, take the bolts, push them in the back, thread them a little bit, and then start hammering to push that bearing out. You're gonna want to order 4 new bolts because this will damage them. If it doesn't damage the threads, it's gonna damage the head of the bolt. So you're gonna just want to get 4 new ones. You can get them on eBay or from like a Subaru dealership online, or I think Napa even sells a like off brand version of them. But yeah, there's the new bearing on there. Finally, I'll get the e-brake assembly back on there. I'll get the brake back on. There's the old one. It was pretty dirty and rusty inside. The car is already much quieter, so I'm happy so far with the work. But there's that. Don't forget to dimple your axle nut when you're all done so that it stays on there. Get your brake line and your ABS sensor back on, and you're good to go.